Well, George, it was obviously your teammate Kimi Antonelli's day in the sun 2 weeks ago at the Chinese Grand Prix. How optimistic are you of hitting back straight away here in Suzuka?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he had a great weekend in China, and obviously I was a little bit annoyed that it wasn't me on that top set, but with all of the struggles that we had, I kind of saw it as 18 points gained and not 7 points lost, to be honest, because you look at the problems we had on Saturday, the issues that McLaren faced as well. It could have been any one of us, so I was just pleased to get another strong result. It's been a very, very good start to the year. I'm just excited to go back racing here.
In China, everyone saw that your front wing closes in two different stages. Was it a problem or something intentional? Advantages or disadvantages?
It wasn't intentional, and I don't think it's not an advantage for sure. It's actually a problem, so it's something we're trying to solve. It isn't a straightforward solution, but there is definitely no advantage to that, because when we brake, the front wing is still open. Obviously Kimi had the lockup. I think this was a contribution to the front wing, so it's definitely not intentional.
Can you help us to understand what happened technically?
No, because I don't actually know. To be honest, I just know it's very challenging for the front wing, because if you compare with the rear wing, when it starts to close, you have the wind to help the rear wing to close. The front wing, it has to battle against the wind, and you need a lot of pressure. And yeah, I don't know if we don't have enough, but it isn't easy to bring the wing up when you're driving 300 in the straight.
Grazie.
Nonetheless, there's a lot of talk when you're winning. I don't know if it was Toto who said that now the politics will start. People are going to try and chip away at your advantage. The FIA have already changed something for qualifying, saying that you can only use 8 instead of 9 megajoules. Is this going to carry on? Are you feeling got at a bit as a team?
That's just how the sport goes, to be honest. Has always been the case. At the end of the day, our team's worked so hard to get ourselves in this position, and the best team should come out on top. And we've obviously had 4 years of struggle, and there have been 2 other teams in those 4 years who have dominated and won. So just because we're sort of back on top, I don't think it's quite right that everybody's trying to slow us down, especially when you're 2 races into a big old season. So things will change. We've already seen it looked like Red Bull was overweight from some things we saw in the press last week. McLaren haven't brought an upgrade to the car. They're still running their Bahrain package. So we shouldn't forget these things. We do have an advantage right now, but I think we've just really hit the ground running, and we've done a great job, and we hope it continues, but there's no guarantee.
I know it's super early, but do you feel that Kimi is your closest rival to the title, or you're in completely different levels?
I think, right now, as Mercedes, we have a small advantage over Ferrari and a good advantage over everyone else, but these things change so quickly. We saw in the press last week, it was leaked a bit about Red Bull being a bit overweight, so they could probably improve this quite quickly, and they look fast in Melbourne. McLaren still haven't brought any updates to the car, and they obviously have a Mercedes engine in the back, so we want to make the most of it while we do have this advantage, but we're not taking anything for granted, because the competition is so fierce, and we're sure that Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari will keep pushing us. So it's too early to